إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد वअज्जल फरज। माह मुबारक की आज 28 तारीख हो गई और ये कुरानी दुआ रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने हमें सिखाया है, अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व अला मुहम्मद। और ये माह कुरान भी है, तो इससे बेहतर नहीं हो सकता कि हम कुरानी दुआ से और फिर मौला इमाम ज़माना अलैहिस्सलाम की दुआ फ़रज़ से अपनी बात को स्टार्ट करें। एक और सलवात पढ़िए, बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। बिस्मिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम, बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। आमनर रसूलु बिमा उन्ज़िला इलैहि मिन रब्बिहि वल मुमिनून कुल्लुन आमना बिल्लाहि व मलाइकतिहि व कुतुबिहि व रुसुलिहि ला नुफ़र्रिक़ु बैना अहदिम मिन रुसुलिहि वक़ालू समिअना व अताना गुफ़रानक रब्बना व इलैकल मसीर। ला युकल्लिफुल्लाहु नफ्सन इल्ला वुसअहा लहा मा कसबत व अलैहा मक्तसबत रब्बना ला तुआखिज़ना इन नसीना औ अख़्ताना रब्बना वला तहमिल अलैना इसरन कमा हमलतहु अलल्लज़ीना मिन क़ब्लिना रब्बना वला तुहम्मिलना मा ला ताक़त लना बिहि वाफ़ु अन्ना वग़फ़िर लना वरहमना अंत मौलाना फंसुरना अलल क़ौमिल काफ़िरीन। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आलि मुहम्मद। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। अल्लाहुम्मा कुल्ल वलियकल हुज्जत इब्नुल हसन सलवातुका अलैहि व अला आबाए फ़ी हादिहि सा व फ़ी कुल्लि सा वलिया व हाफ़िज़ा व क़ाइदा व नासिरा व दलीला व आइना हत्ता तुस्किनहु अर्दका तवा व तुमत्तअहु फ़ीहा तवीला। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आलि मुहम्मद वअज्जल फरज।
हुसैन वाला साबिल हुसैन बर मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद सलवात। Respected ulama, my elders, my brothers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Indeed, it's a great pleasure and honor to have you all here for a Sehri gathering. And believe you me, for the people who know me, I am very passionate about community work and I always speak from my heart. Today, this LEAP program that we are talking about, this, if in its true essence, community supports this, and I would say if the beneficiaries support this, this will be a game changer for this Jamaat. And all this while, all these years, we've been talking that, we want to see our Jamaat on that level. We want to see that, our Jamaat should be progressing. We talk about, UK Jamaats or, Jamaats from the West or from the, Nasimco and other regions. But trust me, at the end of this hour or so, we all will again have an interaction session because it's very common that, one speaks, the other hears and goes away. I don't want it that way. Today, all you guys or all you elders or all you my brothers who are present in this room, it is an equal responsibility that each one of you share with me passionately for the progress of this Jamaat. And we have also requested or selected people from different fraternities, okay, who should be present here and which we see as office bearers that these are the flag bearers for the future to come. We're looking at 2030, we're looking at 2035, and we're looking at 2040. So in 5 years from now, where do we see our Jamaat? Or I would say less than 5 years, maybe 3 years from now, where do we see our Jamaat? And see, this Jamaat is not all about only a population which serves the BPL. Okay, so there has to be a shift of thought process whereby one has to understand that a Jamaat consists of all the segments of the society, and this segment of the society which is in leadership role in various fields where they are doing phenomenally well. We have one Riaz Adiwala sitting here, we have one Reza Bhai sitting here, we have one Hassan Shroff sitting here from KPMG, we have all leaders sitting here in their own personal capacities. So this is the talent that we need to get to the parent Jamaat and start making them perform on this platform for the sake of the community. So that's the whole theme of this. And now I'll leave it to, and let me just add one more thing here. This, what you see today, is a preparation of less than 12 days. This was there in the mind from a long time, but it was not put into paper. And we are too ambitious, but we have to roll out things according to the time, space, and mauka dekh ke. But then credit goes to the team that is standing there, mashallah. Those are all gems, and those are all leaders in themselves. Every individual standing there, and they have prepared everything. Today we all will see together, inshallah, and then we will further discuss how to take it forward. Yeah. So over to you, Ahil. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
I'd like to welcome President of the World Federation, Sheikh Safdar Jafar. I'm not sure if he can listen to us, if he can confirm the same.
Yeah, Pramukh Sahib is already there.
Okay.
Pramukh Sahib is there.
Firstly, I'm thankful that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me this opportunity to speak for a few words in front of the elders of the community, especially those who have achieved great feats in various fields of their respective work. Few days back, Ahil Bhai reached out to me saying that Ali Uncle has reached out and we have spoken that, we need to do something for those who are in the school right now, or maybe graduation, college, and are proceeding towards getting onto the workplace. So, one of the names which was there, that was Project LEAP, Leadership Empowerment. But another name which came to our minds, the team's mind, was Project STOW, which is School to Work. So basically the idea of today's presentation is that we are taking people from the school desk to the desk, to the job desk. That is the vision of today's presentation. That we have to prepare the future members of our community with the help of the senior members to make them reach great heights. Because if we see today, there are multiple communities apart from our KSI Jamaat which have invested a lot in their youth. I have a lot of friends of my age at my workplace. When they speak of their communities, be it the Ismaili community or the Bohra community, when they speak, they are like, oh, we have such great institutions or such great policies which help the kids come from school to desk job. And in today's market, as the world is moving towards artificial intelligence and it's getting a competitive world, we really need that our community supports the young students and we take them towards the desk where they are efficient, where they are more qualified than other members of the country or the workplace, and they stand out. And the leader of our community, Said Ali Sistani, has always emphasized that at every top position, it should be a Shia. If it is an engineer, an architect, a doctor, a scientist, a Shia Isna Ashari should be the one who should be at the leadership position. So I think this is a great initiative. And we start, as Maulana Sahib said, that it is the month of the Quran. We start with the ayat of the Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma biqawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran in Surah Al-Ra'd, surely Allah does not change the condition of the people until they change their own themselves. So I think this is a great ayat to start with this project. And Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam has said that zakat of knowledge is to convey it from the worthy to those who are worthy of it. So I think the senior members of the community are there. I am still quite young in the workspace and I have a lot to learn from each one present here. So I think with continuing with the hadith of Amir al-Mu'minin, if we see the history of the KSI Jamat Mumbai since the 1900s, why was KSI Jamat Mumbai formed? Because when the quest of knowledge of the pioneers of our community, they had a quest for knowledge, they had a quest for truth. And this quest for knowledge and quest for truth brought them to the Mazhab of the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. So the central theme of this is knowledge, truth, and building the capacity of the members of the community.
So, Pramukh Sahib, welcome to this August gathering, and your time today means a lot to all of us, and your presence also means a lot to us, Pramukh Sahib. Can we just welcome Pramukh Sahib with a loud salawat?
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to be here. I'll continue to listen. Thank you so much. Please continue.
Thank you, Pramukh Sahib. Senior member of a community, Marhum Mullah Asghar, may Allah bless his soul, 25 years of his. He said, I don't pray for the acceptance of my amal as much as I pray for more opportunities to serve. And the day he grants me a new opportunity to serve, I believe previous ones have been accepted. And I hope till my last breath the opportunities are there. And when Almighty Allah calls me back, I will be able to tell my Lord, thank you for giving me life. Thank you for giving me life. So, remembering Marhum Mullah Asghar, the guiding vision, I conclude my remarks and I proceed with giving the mic to the next presenter, inshallah. Jazakumullah. Thank you.
By the time we start the next Hassan Vakil, I would just request for a Surah Fatiha for the Shaheed of the community, Ulama Karam, especially Mullah Asghar Sahab, okay, and all Marumin, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So, thank you, Ali Raza Bhai, for setting up the context and bringing up so much positive energy in the room. And inshallah, I'll hope to continue that forward. So, like the vision and the roadmap that Ali Raza Bhai just presented to you, I am going to break down the parts related to student training, their workshops, as well as their placement training and placement cells. How are we exactly going to help them get placed in companies, get them good jobs, as well as train them for the real world. So I'll like to start off with the challenge first. So the current challenge that the youths in our community is facing is that there is fierce competition in the job market, and only your degree is not really relevant to help you get placed in a good company or get you a good job. And apart from that, there are also students that don't really have the clarity of the opportunities available to them. What are the various courses? What are the various fields that they can really, pursue their career in and excel in? But unfortunately, there is no platform for spreading this awareness or informing them. And most people are not really fortunate enough to actually get that exposure that some of us really have gotten, and we have reached at this place. So in order to solve for this challenge, the proposition is to help create this platform and this learning hub, which would really empower the students to develop their skills that would actually be helpful in the real world, and get them ready for the corporate world. So the idea is to keep the academy start from this year, inshallah, and that will also follow an annualized pattern with typically 3 levels of programs. The first pillar is to inform the candidates. Now, carrying forward the point that Ali Raza Bhai mentioned, it is about giving them career counseling, informing them about the various aspects and opportunities that they can pursue their careers in, as well as doing their self-assessment as well as strength and weakness assessment to know what is that they are interested in and what is it that they would like to pursue their career in. So this is something that would typically happen after their 10th and 12th, just to guide them towards the right path in terms of education and the course selection. The next step is to train them. Now, with this, I would request all of your help in order to make this happen. So there would be a lot of community building and leadership building exercises that would require all of your help and support in volunteering, in conducting seminars, workshops, giving your domain knowledge in whatever field you have excelled, just so that at least 1 or 10 or 50 students can benefit from that. And finally, we will also, inshallah, provide sponsorship and financial support for the students who are underprivileged and who would want to, really study and excel in their careers. The next part is the academy workflow proposition, where in the year 1, year 2, year 3, this is typically their 13th, 14th, and 15th standard. So in year 1, parallelly to their college education, they would be having sessions organized by LEAP, where in year 1, they will cover technical aspects like Excel, PPT, and other softwares that are regularly used in today's corporate world, as well as we'll give them behavioral training for their soft skill presentation, communication skills, and English as a whole. Then in the year 2, we'll teach them more domain specific things. It could be AI, it could be coding, it could be digital marketing, it could be accounts, it could be CFA, CA, whatever they decide to pursue their career path in. And the year 2 behavioral part would be to prepare them for group discussions and presentation skills. And finally, in the year 3, it would be more focused on their respective domain. So it would be depending on the field that they are pursuing their career in. It's to give them the adequate knowledge and adequate resources that they can excel in. Now, the next part is about the placement training and the job proposition. How exactly are we going to help students get jobs in by virtue of this program? So the first step is to have a database created, which would be done by asking students to register as part of this program, the LEAP program, wherein we will capture all the student details, their location, their academic records, as well as their internships and certifications that they will be acquiring via the LEAP. And we'll have standard CV formats that can be really scaled out and have for easy reference for all the community members of the Jamaat. The next step is to have corporate partnerships where every one of you will be helpful in providing job opportunities, references, internships, corporate projects, as well as conduct seminars and workshops with the students so that they get real world exposure. Then the third step would be to shortlist the students adequately as per the job opportunities that we have received in step 2 and the student database. So this will again be domain specific teams that we will create for engineering, for arts, for commerce, and for other streams, where the students' profiles will be matched exactly with the job requirements. We will do an initial screening of the students just to ensure that only the serious candidates who are really the best fit for the role are getting applied, and then share those profiles with the corporates. The fourth session is where the targeted training session comes in, where volunteers of the community will help us in order to help them upskill themselves and get the job. So in order to provide mentorship and mock interview sessions, as well as CV building sessions and professional etiquettes. Finally, the interview coordination is also something that we will take care of between the corporate partners as well as the LEAP students. And finally, their onboarding with respect to their background verification as well as their education verification, all of that will be taken care of by the LEAP members. So typically, as just to forward the vision, what Ali Uncle and Ali Raza just showed us, this would be the entire ecosystem of LEAP, where on your left hand side, we'll have all the student programs, so their guidance, their training, and their employment. The corporate partnerships as well as the SME companies of our Jamaat will be associated with LEAP, so that we have a common platform for getting all the students and all the business owners and all the corporate partners to whom we can provide competent candidates. And the advantage of this would be to have, for the companies, is to have the diverse student profiles, reduced hiring costs, upskilled candidates, standardized process, and complete assistance to the partner companies. And these are just some of the names where, mashallah, our reputed community members have been working in influential positions. So I'm sure they can help us take this vision forward. So in all, just to sum up, I request you all to support LEAP, this initiative, by providing job opportunities through your network, through your friends and other influential network. Provide mentorship and guidance by conducting and being part of the seminars and workshops. Actively participating by means of reviewing CVs of candidates, giving them feedback, and finally spreading the word of this initiative and pushing candidates to be part of this program. And with that, I would hand it over to Ahil Bhai. Please request for a salawat. Allahumma
We are all sitting here as a gathering for the Jamaat, for the benefit of the community. So we sit the way we want to sit, and we share our thoughts also the way we want to, inshallah. So, just at a small break at this juncture, I would just like to, appeal to all of you. See, in this room today that you see, and the talent that is there, or the, position that is there, and the, value of this room. I mean, if we just put it together, I could not even, think about it. But what I want is, a pledge from each one of you. If one person came forward, or if 5 people came forward to serve this Jamaat, I want a pledge from this community present here today, who will say, okay, yes, let these boys train, mentor, make those students worthy of standing with the competition that is available in the market. You people will, see that if there is an opportunity for a kid to be hired out of this website or out of this CVs available here, okay, you will first give an employment to the kid that is available here. And here I would like to also say, this is not only going to be for Khojas, but we are going to open this for all Shias. Okay, so inshallah this website is open for them as well, for everybody. Everybody can take an advantage of this. Only thing is, this is a challenge that we all together throw at these young boys that are standing there, because this is a very hard work of mentoring them from 10th standard to 12th standard, nurturing them, giving them career counseling, giving them guidance, giving them, taking out their talent, whether this talent can go up to higher education, he can go out of the country, he can, excel, or he can, get himself more specialized in certain fields. Okay, and then this opportunity comes to all of you, whereby you need to pledge that yes, we will support this kid, inshallah. Okay, Bar Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad Salwat.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Ali Uncle, for setting such a good foundation, and thank you, Ali Raza Bhai and Hasnain Bhai. So, just to give another small overview about LEAP. So, LEAP is supposed to be an all-encompassing and a larger audience that we're targeting. So, we're not just restricting ourselves to the students. The first phase, yes, it's restricted to the students, but we have a larger vision when it comes to LEAP. So, LEAP is also targeted at businessmen as well as new entrepreneurs. So I will present the second phase, and Sadiq Bhai will inshallah present the third one. So the second phase is targeted at a demographic that is largely overlooked within the community. There are several small businessmen, skilled professionals, self-employed professionals who are there within our community, even for that matter, skilled laborers. There's so many photographers for that matter, painters, carpenters, who are largely overlooked within our community. The moment we have an emergency, we have to go for a business, we usually go for the most convenient one, rather than supporting our own community. Like Ali Uncle mentioned at the start, when we are comparing it to foreign Jamaats, where there's so much emphasis, I mean, the Australian Jamaat has a specific whole institution and an Instagram page where they're solely promoting Shia business and forcing everyone in the center to use them, use these services, use these products. So why can't we do it? If the Bora Jamaat, the Aga Khani Jamaat, in fact, when we even move on to non-Muslims, the Jains and Marwadis, they are so heavily, they have so much emphasis placed on supporting their own community. We as Shia should be the first one to implement this. So the KSIJ LEAP Phase 2 aims at providing a platform for all these small businesses, self-employed entrepreneurs to come together at one place. So few challenges that they face obviously is limited visibility. They don't have much outreach, they don't have much budget for marketing, they don't have a lot of network and a lot of contacts. They obviously face difficulty in reaching their customers, especially with the whole digital India activation. A lot of these people who are still offline and who are not illiterate are suffering. And of course, there's fragmented communication because they do not have a single platform to communicate with the community. What KSIJ Deep is offering is a platform where all these small businesses within our community can come together and they can register. It is supposed to be an online registration, but inshallah, we will also have these offline registrations available at all our centers. So it's as simple as every small businesses comes up and they come and register with this business. They come and register and sign up with us. Once a person registers, there's a small verification to make sure he's a community member. And like Ali Uncle said, eventually this will move on to all Shia communities and not just the Khoja. Just so that we get a working proof of concept, we will start with the Khoja community. Once your verification is done, you will appear on an online database. Now this database, of course, because it's online, it will appear on the Leap website. It is not easily accessible to all the Jamaat members. One solution for this problem is, one thing every one of us gets is a WhatsApp broadcast from the Jamaat office bearers. Every quarter, we will have this database updated offline, and this will be circulated by the office Jamaat bearers, and each one of us will get a copy. These will include small caterers, small businesses, anything at all. Any function that we have at home, any business requirement we have, we need to file our returns, we need to get a house painted, we need to get a car repaired. Anything as small as that, we should pledge to give the first preference to our own community before going outside and serving everyone else. Of course, the obvious benefits of this will be the amount of economic opportunities that everyone will get. Our own community is going to be promoted first. They will get visibility within the whole Jamaat. It will strengthen our ties within our community by giving preference. It will increase the brotherhood within our community. And of course, because this is simplified discovery, we have a simple database. Everyone can easily access it, and you don't even need to be tech savvy to see it. Of course, this is a mobile friendly design. This will be as simple as a WhatsApp broadcast list, and instantly you will get updated on it. This will start with a launch where we create the database, the registration process, everyone gets included. Slowly, we will move on to different service categories and expand our search. We will integrate with different types of business networks and larger business networks. We're looking at, if you're thinking, we're looking at a urban clap or urban company sort of setup. And eventually, of course, it will have ratings, reviews, and people can leave their feedback on businesses. So, of course, people can improve, and people know which businesses to select eventually. So I would suggest all of you all to please spread this word, get everyone to register today, even the small businesses who are there within us, and of course, promote our community first. With this, I would like to pass on the mic to Brother Sadiq.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. Respected President of World Federation of KSI MC Sheikh Safd Jafar, Respected President of KSI Jamat Mumbai Mr. Ali Barshof, his Deputy Mr. Muhammad Reza Parekh, his office bearers, and my learned guest of this evening, Salamun Alaikum Jamian wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh, and a very warm good evening. Let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Sadiq Kamani. And gentlemen, tonight as the evening turns darker and we move towards Suhoor, we officially launched the phase 3 of Project Leap, which is to keep entrepreneur development, bridging gaps between innovation and resources in mind. Yes, I'm sure you guessed it right and no marks for guessing. It's Khoja Shia Shark Tank. Tonight marks the beginning of an exciting journey for our community, where we foster innovation, we empower entrepreneurs, and build a future of limitless possibilities. For generations, our Khoja community has thrived on resilience, ambition, and business acumen. Entrepreneurship is in our DNA. As we say, Khojas are businessmen, right? And today we take a bold step forward by creating a platform where ideas can be nurtured, guided, and turned into successful ventures. Khoja Shia Shark Tank is more than just an initiative, it's a commitment. A commitment to support dreamers, to create opportunities, and to uplift the next generation of our business leaders. This platform will serve as a bridge connecting aspiring entrepreneurs with mentors, investors, and industry experts who can help turn visions into reality. Let me quickly present my slide. Yeah. So as our, as our line says, that building bridges between dreams and resources. Now let us understand what is our mission statement. And you all can read our mission statement on Khoja Shia Shark Tank is to bridge the gap between visionary entrepreneurs and dedicated angel investors within the Khoja community, which also means that obviously if there is someone who's investing in a company, they will also get some sort of rewards, right? They shall also reap some fruits. Similarly, people who want to grow their own business, they want to become a successful entrepreneur, they should also earn something in return, right? And it has to be a combine efforts. It has to be a partnership, right? So by fostering innovation and collaboration, we aim to empower small scale businesses to thrive while providing investors with opportunities to support meaningful ventures. Together, we seek to nurture a sustainable ecosystem of growth, creativity, and shared success. Now, what will be our module? To start with, our overview and objective will be to define the event's purpose, where empowering local entrepreneurs, fostering innovation, etc. will be set. We'll set clear goals such as mentorship, funding, networking aspect. Then we'll move to the next phase of outreach and applications, where we'll promote these, via community WhatsApp channels or maybe via community emails and such like that. Then we'll ensure that all the applications are received. There will be an R&D team which will review those applications, and similarly, on basis on whatever criteria those are set, we will ensure that few applications are move ahead. And then it will be a pitch day event, which I am sure that will go around across, and maybe we can do something on the lines where we can do it live YouTube or something like that, but at least community should know. Then it will be a post event follow up, which will include your everything in terms of your feedback, in terms of mentorship, in terms of your legal assistance, to ensure that what module are we selecting, are we moving ahead with the equity system, are we moving ahead with something different approach, what should be, and that is how the module. So this is just to start with. We are also in the R&D phase of moving ahead, but I am sure we'll come to a good solution on this. So recently, I just wanted to explain one more part of the census, which was just published by World Federation of KSI. If you see across the globe, we are about 1,43,764 individuals as Khoja, Shia, Isna, Ashari, right? And 37.7%, which is the highest, that is population of India. So if we start to create some sort of difference, I am sure the entire world of the Khoja Shia community will feel that difference as well. And that's how we move forward. And if you see by age, specifically targeting 25 years to 39 years of age, males are 11.4% and females are 11%. So this is something, if we target this population, in the next 2 decades, inshallah, we'll have a good broad way to move ahead, and we'll at least plan and figure out something where our generations are developed. Next, let us understand, small scale industries. Those have made remarkable growth over the past decade or so. So one about is e-commerce and online retail. Now you look at the figures, you will feel that, these are some very high numbers. But if we can take our share in it, and if we can work around for our own share, there's nothing bad. We're all here to earn, right? So if you see those e-commerce platforms like just gauging and just, collaborating with Amazon and Flipkart to enable your small scale industries, that market has reached $200 billion, and it will reach $200 billion by 2026, right? Next is about food processing. That sector has developed and it has reached to a value of 24.5 lakh crore, which is to $328 billion, right? Next is the edtech platforms like Byju's, for an example, and we can have some more as well, right? So that is something crossed by $10.4 billion by 2025. Then we also have textile and apparels. We have mobile app development. I'm sure, in our community itself, we have so many software developers. We have so many mobile application developers. And in your respective businesses, you also take their assistance and help, right? To prepare your own maybe website or maybe your application and sort of like. Then tourism and hospitality. This is again one more industry where, it's reaching to a new height. Next, now for us to just ponder and just a food for thought, if anybody wants to start a small scale industry, or perhaps if they are looking for jobs and they are not satisfied, eventually will move towards business. So if you are moving towards business, you can think on the lines of food related business like food stalls, food trucks, tiffin and food delivery services, home bakery and catering, sorry. Then skill based businesses like online and offline tutoring, digital marketing services, event management, and for women who are at home, or perhaps if they don't have that much of skill set, at least they can learn something about their babysitting and nanny services as well, right? Next is about your retail and business service based businesses, which is small retail stores, salon and beauty parlors, beauty services, and photography and videography. So these are some just random ideas that anyone can look forward. Now, most of important thing, what's in it for investors? If somebody wants to come up and invest their money, what's in it for you? Very first thing, early access to innovation. I am sure we are followers of Ahlul Bayt, and for us, innovation is nothing because we are always ahead than millions. And for us to innovate something, that's not difficult. So you will have early access to innovation. Your portfolio diversification is also something that you can look forward to. Then value added mentorship. it is not just that, you are earning something, but in return, you're also helping the community, helping those young individuals, young entrepreneurs to grow as becoming their mentor. Next is about their networking opportunities. दो लोग मिलेंगे तो networking तो होगी, आगे बढ़ेगा काम, right? So that's about networking opportunity, and overall together you are making an impact on the community. So over the next decade or so, with profit being a very common subject for entrepreneurs as well as investors, you are also making an impact in our community. So I think that is something that we should look forward. Now, what's in it for entrepreneurs? It's direct investor access, where they can pitch their ideas directly to potential investors, and opening up for funding opportunities, be it like angel investors via equity or via some other module. Next is about, you can, as entrepreneurs, we can also get some constructive feedback from angel investors. Those have been in the system for a very, maybe 1 or 2 more decades, right? They can directly give those feedback. जो challenges आप लोगों ने किया है, आप लोगों ने देखा है, उसका solution निकाला है, a young entrepreneur can easily get those solutions. And they can save time, they can think beyond those challenges. Third is increased visibility, where your innovation business can also enhance and go to a broad audiences. Then mentorship and network is something that they can also look forward for from angel investors, okay? And last, market validation, which is also a very important thing. So you receive real-time feedback on your ideas, viability, helping you access market potential in areas for improvement. So this is it from my end. Before I move ahead, I would like to specifically call and express my gratitude, because this would have not been possible without the dedication of our KSI Mumbai Jamaat President Mr. Ali Akbar and his entire office bearers. And the enthusiasm of every single person in this room also matters a lot. So thank you so much for being here. We are overwhelmed seeing the numbers that we are here. And thank you, and sorry, because I'm sure most of the people are sitting in crunches, but thank you so much for coming here. That's it. Thank you.
So just a couple of people in the audience who would like to speak. So Sahil Bhai has worked extensively in the field of HR, and he would like to say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum, respected elders and dear brothers. I'm a bit shy and not as well prepared as the previous speakers, so just bear with me. I'd say it's truly an honor and privilege to be invited to this inspiring event, the launch of Project LEAP, and it's a pioneering initiative of our Jamaat in Mumbai. I want to begin by congratulating the entire team behind the initiative for dreaming big and taking a bold, much needed step towards empowering our youth and generations to come. A special shout out to Ahil Merchant, where's Ahil? To Ahil Merchant, whose vision, drive, and sincerity are truly remarkable, honestly. Though he's much younger than most of us in this room today, it is him, I believe, who has conceptualized this initiative, and most importantly, has had the humility and foresight to involve experienced professionals and community leaders to strengthen it. Genuinely touched and honored that he has also thought of involving and inviting me on this meaningful journey. Thank you. Sincere thanks also to Ali Bhai Shroff, the honorary president of our Jamaat. It is with his blessings, of course, guidance and unwavering support that this project is getting off ground, is taking shape. His encouragement, of course, has empowered Ahil and the team to move forward with clarity, confidence, and most importantly, speed. As you said, in 14 days, it was just not even a discussion, and we're already here in 14 days. Only you can make that possible, Ali Bhai. And I'm sure I speak for many when I say this, that the foundation Ali Bhai has laid will benefit and for generations to come, inshallah. Coming to me, as Ahil said, my name is Sahil Piradina, and I run a recruitment company since the last almost 18, 19 years now. And basically, we send talent from India to the Middle East, to Africa, more than 25, 26 countries. And I've seen firsthand, the immense potential our youth hold. We have a lot of Shia clients, companies we supply to. In fact, some business owners in this room itself. Reza Bhai is there, Raju Bhai, Hilal Bhai. So and plus maximum overseas. So we have seen this potential both sides, and we have witnessed the heartbreaking gap also that exists between the potential and the opportunity that is there for our youth from our community. And that's why I find this initiative close to my heart, because it's not just about jobs, It's about capacity building, internships, as we discussed, confidence building, really, and giving our youth, our community's youth, the opportunity to dream beyond borders, and really smash the glass ceilings that unfortunately exist, especially in India. This platform, in my view, is one of the most practical, thoughtful, and purpose-driven efforts to equip our students and young professionals, not just with skills, but with direction and support. One thing I thought missing in what was discussed, we talked about students, we talked about young professionals, and we talked about entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs. But even people, I think, who are middle-aged, in their late 20s, 30s, 35s, 40s, we can really help them. They should also participate in this program. And just by way of jobs, training and mentorship, we can go with the younger guys. Quick few thoughts, my humble 2 cents, corporate partnerships and access to real jobs with our network of companies across, as I said, hospitality, construction, logistics, retail, manufacturing. Our team can bring real job opportunities to this platform, from internships and entry-level jobs to even middle and senior level jobs, even mentorships. I'd be happy to curate these opportunities for our students when required. Resume reviews and an interview training is also something we can conduct workshops. I think somebody already mentioned it, one of our speakers. And interview skills, soft skills, help out our students, create professional presentations. Good CV, confident communication can open a lot of doors. Even when sometimes qualification may fall short or might be equal to others, good communication really can do the trick. Helping the platform go global, we could also help in that. Where, while this is rooted in our Mumbai community, we should think bigger, make this a global model for other communities also to replicate. Of course, first let's learn ourselves from the bigger ones, the bigger models, and let's create a structured database of talent within our community and link it to verified employers and networks abroad. So we take kind of moral responsibility also for the companies we hire for on our platform. Basically, what I liked when you called me and discussed this model was it's in simple words like a Naukri.com for our community. So that's really what hit the spot. And if we think of it in these terms, we can really develop something really big for our brothers. Even I thought of something like hire a brother pledge. Okay. So, a simple idea, a campaign where we all say, yeah, he'll do it, we'll do it. Baad mein dekhenge. Ali bhai also said, we just listen, we get out and forget about it. But if we take a pledge of helping the whole community, help just one person, right? A campaign where community members, business owners, professionals, entrepreneurs pledge to hire at least one unemployed candidate from within our community in a year, not even in a month, in a year. Maybe your business doesn't grow so fast. Inshallah, it should, maybe one a month. But one in a year, we can all manage to help somebody from our community who's unemployed. And imagine that ripple effect. Even if 100 people, 200 people of us did this, it'll be amazing. It'll help so many. It'll not help 200 people. It'll help 200 families, right? So that's how we should see this. Inshallah, this is something I think is very important. I recommend launching a mentorship registry. So we just mentioned mentorship in passing, but this is something I feel very close to. This thought, where senior professionals and business owners across industries volunteer 1 to 2 hours a week, okay, to guide aspiring students anywhere from 10th standard till graduation or even after, to guide them. And even just a single conversation can change people's lives, right? So I could talk to people about the recruitment business. Hilal bhai could talk about construction. Somebody else talks about being a CA, that line. And a student sitting in school has no idea. Even my kids don't have an idea sometimes, right? So this is something we can always and should help. Okay, closing. Just like to say, the seeds we sow today with this initiative, through compassion, collaboration, all of us, and community spirit will and should bear fruit for decades to come. Let's build this bridge between talent and opportunity for our brothers, and let's be the reason someone believes in themselves again, right? Together with Ali bhai and the board members, Ahil and this beautiful team, and all of us passionate members, I'm confident we will build something impactful, lasting, and truly special for our community. Right. So let's all come together and build something great for our community. Thank you very much.
So next, I would like to invite arguably one of the biggest architects in the entire world. We have the pleasure who's joined us here for the meeting. So Reza sir, if you could say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for having me over. It's a pleasure and honor to be amongst such dignitaries. I think it's a great initiative. I'll give you my example. When I was in the school and when I was graduating and when I was getting into career selection, we never knew what, I never knew what architecture was. And there's a very, this thing my parents always thought, that you should either be an architect, you should either be a doctor or an engineer. That was the only choice that we had as kids. And I went for an entrance exam to be an engineer. And when I went there, I saw some friends, they were doing some beautiful drawings and colorful drawings and everything. So I asked them, what is this? So this is architecture. So I said, what does an architect do? So they said, architect makes buildings, designs buildings. So I said, what does the structural engineer do? The structural engineer, he explained to me that we design and he gives it the details of how it should be built and what has to be the next steps. So I said, I think this is what I want to do. So there was nobody to guide us what we wanted to do, but it was, we had to go and, actually find out what we should be doing. And it was a big challenge, but luckily I got the right path. I was lucky, maybe God wanted me to be there and be with you people here today. And when I got into architecture, I came back home and I told my mother that I got selected as an architect in architecture field. She said, what do you want to do? You want to sit on the roadside at Churchgate and do sketches? Because that was so our parents didn't know anything about it. We didn't know anything about it. So, I mean, this is a great initiative and I'm sure, inshallah, the next generation that comes, they would be knowing what is to be done and what should be taken as their future career and their life. So I think it's a great initiative, Ali Bhai, and the rest of the team, all the best. I am there. Anything is required. I always take at least in my office out of 150, we have about 10 people who are interns. So they come from colleges. I would be really looking forward to take one of our brothers first and then, we go ahead and take the others. So we could be helping people because somebody helped me, we should help. That's the initiative. Thank you very much. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
Raza bhai, I really appreciate your honesty. And while you were speaking, I was thinking that the man is so modest. Today, he is a door where architecture would be introduced to the whole world. Mashallah. And you said that, you were once upon a time thinking that what an architect would be. Today, we would say Reza Kabul is something that an architect would be. So, Reza bhai, this pledge of yours is a really big booster for all of us here. And Reza bhai, it's an humble request from us. If legends like you come forward and give this pledge of encouraging, our students to be employed as, internship also at a, such a huge business house of a caliber of ARC. Okay, that will be a huge this thing to this program and to this August house. Thank you very much, Reza bhai, for this commitment, and I take it as a commitment, inshallah. But Muhammad wale Muhammad Salawat.
I always say what I mean. I always mean what I say. I don't just say it for the sake of saying.
Next, I would like to invite one of the leaders in the corporate world who's sitting here with us, Riya sir, if you can take.
Or the leading newspapers, they publish, the photographs of students who've passed the JEE or the NEET, and they show the all India ranks, and my eyes are always scanning. My eyes are always scanning to see whether the names of any Shias are there in that, or एटलीस्ट तो कोई शिया नहीं है तो कम से कम कोई मुसलमान हो जाए. And it's very disheartening to see, because you'll see a lot of names over there, but very few people, from our community or whatever. And I think this initiative which is being taken by the Jamaat is a fabulous step in that direction, that hopefully over a period of time, we will see a lot more doctors, a lot more engineers, and a lot more professionals who are coming out. And if not anything else, I hope this initiative just raises our own standards which are there. That I hope we see a lot more people going to IITs, going to IIMs. We see better doctors, engineers, and that is what will raise the standard of the community over a period of time, give us respect in our own peer groups which are there. And my only suggestion, my limited contribution apart from whatever else I can do, is that we start with a pilot batch. You probably start with 25, 50 people, and over the next 2, 3 years, make that into a success rather than opening it up and saying 400 people, 500 people. Start with a batch and then give it everything else. So people, and I can see really, I look around and a lot of my friends over here, Hasnan Bhai, Asif, and a lot of other people would be very happy to mentor these 25, 50 people who are there. Make sure that they get, introduced to the right contacts within the corporate world. We can really make them meet a lot of people, give them the right connections. तो मेन क्या है ना, इंसान को जब एक्सपोजर मिलता है ना तो उसका दिमाग भी खुलता है, उसकी एस्पिरेशन बढ़ती है. एंड आई थिंक दैट द थिंग दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड इन आवर कम्युनिटी कि हम सबकी एस्पिरेशन बढ़नी चाहिए. एंड यस, वी डोंट गेट satisfied just because somebody's got a job. I mean, that is not the end. I mean, I hope that over the next 5, 10 years, when we look around this room, when this LEAP program hopefully is very, very successful, we see genuinely people from IITs, IIMs, doctors from the best universities in the world. And I hope this program goes in that direction. Yeah, that's my best wishes, and whatever contribution I can do, I'll be very happy to do that. Yeah, thank you.
And more so I want that we should have more interaction, because that enhances our understanding also, and it will be a source of guidance to the youths also who have come forward to serve this inshallah LEAP program. So let us make it more dialogful, meaningful, and I will start with Hussein Shroff and followed by the floor is open. You can volunteer yourselves and please express your thoughts.
Ali bhai, I'll just take a minute first to something which just struck me, and afterwards I'll show you some thoughts. The name which is there is really very appealing, LEAP. And when I look at the exposition of that, leadership, empowerment, and placement. So now just couple of points. And first of all, I must congratulate all the youths, Ali bhai, to you and your team for taking this initiative. And I think this is one of the first we are trying. Everybody must be thinking about it, but it requires a vision, and it requires somebody to really take that particular first step. I think it's no brainer that this inshallah will be successful, and I think everybody is so much convinced that people will contribute to that. And I also say that I will also try to contribute as much as possible in this particular initiative. And this is a crying need for the community right now, because if all the other communities are doing this program in some manner and we are not doing it, it means our community youths are at a big disadvantage. And despite the fact that there may be so many people in the community who are at some particular position or have seen a very successful kind of a career, that why can't they share this? And in fact, I say that this is more for them who are successful and who will give time to the youth, that they will be also benefited. And I'll tell you how. So I whenever I take any decisions or I'm looking at some kind of a thought process, I actually discuss it with my children. They are young, 18 years, 22 years. But what happens is there is a reverse mentoring which happens. And the advantage of that is that after this particular age, I think I've been successful, but there is a lot to learn. So it's not just by giving my time on this particular initiative, I think that I'm going to give away my time. I'm actually going to learn, and which is very, very important. I would request all the professionals who are here in this particular room, and I'm sure there's so many outside, that they will realize that when they engage with the youth, it's going to actually add a lot of value to them also. Okay, and other thing is, my only suggestion is that the conceptually it is so well put out. The mechanics is where we will actually have to be a little bit more sharper. But many times in trying to achieve that sharpness, I say the momentum is fizzed out. So I think it's important that there should be just progress or perfection. Just move ahead. I think, like, things will evolve, and you will see things becoming becoming better, and more people joining it, because I clearly see that there is a wide space, and if some attention, focus, momentum continues, you will see the benefit exploding in some time. So you just have to wait for that particular gestation period for that benefit to explode. But these are my some very quick thoughts. But congratulations to all of you all, and inshallah, Allah and Imam Islam give you all success. Okay, Lamin.
Here, see, every gentleman who is present in this room at this point of time, believe you me, like, one might know or one might not know, but हर एक बंदा जो यहाँ बैठा हुआ है वो अपने आप में एक हस्ती है. Believe me, we have an Hussein Astarani here, who is a vice president in City Finance. Hussein, can you just raise your hand, please? All right. Hussein and myself, we used to play cricket together at Yari Road behind Zeb Palace. Ijaz bhai, you remember that? Today, maybe Hussein 40, 42, or what is your age? 40. Okay. Today he is excelled, mashallah. He's become a vice president in City Finance. Wherever I just roam about my, मेरी नजर जो रूम में जा रही है जहाँ, हर आदमी अपनी कैपेसिटी के अंदर. Let me talk about Mohammad Bakir. I have requested him, and he's put so many of our community people in the top corporate, and he's really gone out of his way to help in this noble cause. When I was just speaking to a few youths and I was inviting them, थोड़ा उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि क्या है अली भाई ये. So when I was just setting out, he said, Baba, okay, let's talk about Hussein Vakil for NMMS. Hussein, would you please introduce what you were doing for Narsi Monji Institute of Management Studies?
So I was a part of the placement committee there, where we handled a batch of 1200 students in order to get them internships and placements over there. So I was part of a group of 15 people who led this entire process for the college while I was doing my MBA over there.
So look at this potential in this room. And it is our social responsibility as the head servant of this community also to give a platform to these youths, okay, when he can do it for somebody outside, where he is a part of a 15-member team, okay, getting 1200 people on job. Why can't he do it for our community? And he's our own boy, our own household, and our own talent within the community. And every person sitting here, believe you me, I just can't name, and every corner that I see an angel and a star here. So with this, I will now call upon Asif Bhai Lakhani, who is also a personality in himself. Maybe people don't know him, or very less people know him, but he is also on a very senior position, okay, in Deloitte, and a very a person with a pure and golden heart. Now I leave it with him for his comments, please.
We did not have a backing, and we did not have the support, we did not have the guidance. And like how Razabai mentioned, you need an anchor. And I just remember one dua I made that time. I said, if I reach a position somewhere, someday, anybody who comes to me for a job, I will make sure that person is landed. I mean, there are many in this room. I don't want to take any names, but anybody who's come to me, either in my institution, if I've been able to land that person a job, if not, then somewhere else. So from my perspective, I'm completely committed to this cause. I love this initiative. If there's anything I can do, I'll be more than happy to do it. Let me also take the initiative saying, not just my time and knowledge, but even if I have to back this financially, I'm more than happy to do it. So if there's anything I can do over and above to make this initiative successful, my pledge is 100%. But I mean, there are many mentors who can play that role. That Riyaz, Hasnan, a lot of business people over here. I think there's enough talent in this community. I think there's enough passion in this community. I think we have the right ingredients to make it big. Just 2, 3 more points for the youth here. Just don't keep it restricted to one particular gender. I think diversity is very important because the women of the community also have to excel. So you need to make sure that they are incorporated. That's number one. Number two, there's a tsunami coming our way, and that's something which is called Gen AI. That's going to take away 50% of the jobs. So we need to make sure that as a community we are prepared to face that tsunami. It's going to change the way we work, the way we buy things, the way we communicate, everything. And unless we are prepared to embrace that, I think it's only God can all save us. So I've just come back from a conference. I was in Jaipur for the last 3 days. I just landed right now and I've just come here. I can tell you Gen AI is transforming the way we work in every walk of life. The way we buy things, the way we communicate, making a presentation, or if I have to make a speech, Chat GPT, 1 minute your speech is ready, your presentation is ready in a minute. So we need to make sure that our community is ready to embrace all of this. The other thing which I can just say over here is that we need to make sure that our community youth are techno-functional in nature. So one is you build your domain, and how do you kind of build technology on top of it? Because if you're not going to be technology enabled, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to have the cutting edge, in the marketplace. One other thing which came out as a part of the discussion was that while Gen AI is going to affect everybody, the 3 things that will continue to be important is going to be the Maslow's theory, right? The basic food, clothing, and shelter. And that's where the business investment should be, because that is something that's never going to change. But other than that, everything is going to get transformed completely. So all the best. I think it's a great initiative. As I said earlier, I am fully committed to the cause. I don't know whether I should say this, but I think in the last 12 months, I think almost 20 people have been landed in Deloitte. So more than happy to support.
Asif bhai, thank you very much for this. Thank you very much for this. And see, this is what I just wanted to highlight to the community members, And while Asif bhai was speaking, we welcome our honorable MLA, our family member. I tell him that he belongs to our Jamaat only. So he's a family member, mashallah. Amin bhai, thank you very much for making it here. Gen AI. Yasin bhai, the talk that we did, the second episode when it got released, I had a call from Sohail Bhimani. We famously call him as Sohail Chichu. Okay, he used to play cricket with us. He's in US right now. He called me from there and he said he must have spoken to me after maybe 3 years or 4 years. But he said that I want you to on your video. So I was like, WhatsApp call kar raha hai, video on karo Ali bhai. When I on the video, he said, I want to hug you today. Believe what I heard from you and the way Yasin bhai questioned you and the way you answered to him. That's when in that talk he told me the point which Asif bhai made. He said by the year 2030, 80% of the jobs that exist today are going to be all on paper. It's all going to be wiped away. 80% of the jobs. He is today in HR, serving at the highest level there. He told me, Ali bhai, get our community and I will give them guidance. I will come and take their training programs and guide them from today, so that the situation that is going to come in 2030, our community is prepared from today for that. So this is the talent that this community has. That is what my inspiration was. And today I thank Yasin bhai. Because he was the one who, was pushing me from 2023 when I took up as the head servant of this Jamaat. He told me कि तेरे से थोड़ा सवाल करने का है. तो I said okay कर लेंगे. तो he said critical रहेगा, जवाब देने के लिए समझ में आएगा, मतलब हाँ कर लूंगा, मतलब कोई इशू नहीं है करके. And we spoke positively. Yasin bhai, thank you very much for that opportunity. That has laid the base for this. Alhamdulillah. Okay, now so I will now leave it to Yasin Bhai for his comments as well. And then we'll go to Sheikh Safdar Jafar, and Amin Bhai is also within us, and Ulema is also there. So quickly, briefly, we will hear them all out. Okay, because here we are to listen to everybody and to learn, inshallah. Yeah, but Muhammad Ali Muhammad Salwar.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. So, I believe that I am the self-proclaimed, self-appointed watchdog of the community. And whatever I say, please don't take it amiss, because it's going to be only constructive criticism. Fantastic initiative by all concerned, led ably by our president. But the way this presentation was done today, I'm a bit overwhelmed. And I'm sure a lot of the other people present in the room today are echoing the sentiment, but are a little afraid to show it. I agree with Riaz when he says that it's got to be done in a piecemeal form. Today was too much too soon. I was trying to keep pace with what's happening. I took down a few notes, and if I go through my notes, my first point was there was too much jargon involved. Now, the audience which is present here, I'm not sure. I'm not trying to demean or deride them, but I'm not sure whether they are ready for so much jargon. So it had to be simplified a bit. Then the entire presentation was done a little too quickly for me to even process the whole thing. And I believe less could have been said, but you should have allowed it to register. Please don't mind my, yeah. So, and the other thing was that, as I said when I entered, that we needed a brochure with bullet points down over here so that we could keep pace with what was happening on the monitor. And there is a lot of plan being mentioned on the monitor, but it wasn't clear as to who is going to be doing the implementation part. Okay, we will do it, and we will be guiding, and we will be consulting, and we will be mentoring. Who is we? If I come to a presentation, I would like to know as to who are the people who I am going to be approaching, or who are the people who are going to be coming to me with a proposal. Okay, as of now, I just see a lot of young faces. I'm not sure whether these guys, this is the team, of course led by Ali, but is there going to be a senior panel? Who's the senior panel who's going to be heading the thing? And that's what I said. And the language should have been catered to the audience present. And the entire thing, the focus should be on the process. I as a player and as a coach right now, I keep telling my students, do not worry about the result. I think somebody said that just keep moving. Focus on the process. Make it easy for us to assimilate, for us to absorb the entire thing what you guys are planning to do. Let the results just evolve out of the process. And I'm sure everybody over here is ready to help, but let it first register how they can help, what they need to do to help. As of now, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I need to do. I'm sure some people who've spoken, they know what they need to do, but I'm not sure. I am a business person. I'm not a professional like these people. I've done my MBA too, but I don't have a job. I'm not doing a job. As a business person, what's my role going to be? What is my task as a mentor? Where do I come into the picture? So that is not clear to me. So all these points, I think if you could just go back to the drawing board and come back with a slightly simplified version of it, it would work well for all of us. That's all I needed to say. Thank you.
So Yasin bhai, my apologies if we could not venture into that area to well explain what is there in our mind and how we need to progress further. So right now what you see there, there is a part, there are three teams there. There are three teams there. And today in this room, the others who are present, so we've identified that mentoring the students from 10th to 12th to their journey, the stove or the the school to work. Okay, so for that we have Ahil, we have Hasnain, we have Ali Raza Panjwani there. Okay, and a few more like Migdad and the others who have expressed their interest are also going to be joining that journey. Then the second stage comes where you said that, what is your role or what the other's role as a business community, or if you are sitting here, or Asad Mukadam is sitting, or Hassan Mewawala is sitting, or, Wakils are sitting, or Shabir Bhai is sitting. Okay, so your role is defined as the pledge that he just said, that, you hire one person in a full year, okay, or you find him an employment. Okay, so that's where our role comes in. The third part of it would be sort of a Khoja Shark Tank, or setting up small businesses, or encouraging the startups. So for that we have brother Sadiq Kamani, and we have our Unnati team as well. So those are the people who are all experienced people, all right, all around 50, 55. And I've spoken to Asad Mukadam on this. I've also spoken to Rizwan Bhai Batliwala is there. Okay, so these are the people who have an acumen to identify businesses or understand businesses, and to evaluate whether this as a startup area would click, would not click, or how it would go. So today what we do is, as I said, see, this is a work of 12 days. And today we launch this, embark on this journey. The vision is clear, the goal is there, target is there where we want to achieve. But there are 3 teams, and thank you very much for pointing out this, so that this is more clear to everybody now. So thank you very much to bringing that point on the table. Now with this, if anybody else would like to volunteer with any comments, Muhammad Ali Bhai.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, in fact, when I came in, I was just wondering, what am I here for? And what is it that Ali Bhai and his team is expecting me? While I could listen to the August presentation of all the eminent speakers here, I was trying to find out, what am I going to contribute here? Apart from being a well-wisher of this particular initiative, what is it that Ali Bhai wants me to do? In fact, whenever someone comes to me for assistance with respect to the implementation of this program, I'm there. But as an onlooker right now, sitting here, I was actually wondering, what am I supposed to do? And this is where I would request Ali Bhai to exactly tell us, what is it that the others who are sitting here, who are not able to make any significant contribution in terms of implementation of this program, what is it that they are expected to do except for being a well-wisher of this initiative?
So, Muhammad Ali uncle, what you can do is something that none of us can do. And I'll tell you how. You are an eloquent speaker. You are a motivator, and people listen to you. This entire planning, entire program, all will be a failure. The key is beneficiaries coming ahead, participating in this program, and taking advantage of this platform. So you, me, and the others sitting in this room can start speaking to people on the ground level, make them understand within our families, within our social circle, within our vicinity, within our mosque, within our madrasas, okay, and start educating people. Today we are maybe 120 in this room, okay, tomorrow we have to become 1200. So this is what we all bring on this table, influence others, give this message to others, okay, get them on board. Whenever the kids are also going to organize training programs, okay, the biggest challenge that we have, and I'll be very honest in saying this, is the participation from the community members. That's where we lack. एक शहरी है, आज अच्छे से अपन जमा हो गए, बातचीत कर लिया अपन ने, we go back home, relaxed, but what next? So this is the question mark in everybody's mind. But till the time that reflection doesn't come within, okay, we will not be able to attain success in this matter. So this is what I expect from you and others in this room also. We have to publicize this. We have to make sure that we communicate this well to our beneficiaries and make them, and see, one more point that Asif Bhai made. Ladies of our community are our backbone. Maybe, male-centric community may not agree with me, but our girl students are excelling way too far. There are so many small businesses within the community that are being done by the ladies of the house. Today, it was an unfriendly hour. It was a sehri, this thing. That is why they are not here. But if they are listening to me, and when this thing goes out, they will always be a part of this from my next programs. And without them, such programs will not be held. Okay, so we commit to them that they are going to be a party to this path of progress, inshallah, and we all do it together. So can we just have Honorable President Sheikh Sadr Jafar?
Yes,
You can hear me now? Yeah. Respected President of Mumbai Jamaat Al-Haj Ali Bhai Shroff, respected ulama, elders of the community, philanthropists, professionals, young people, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, I'm really delighted, and I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has given me the opportunity of spending a portion of the potentially last night of the holy month of Ramadan in this particular event in the presence of professionals, businessmen, entrepreneurial, philanthropists, community leaders, young and old, and brainstorm and also discuss some of the key issues that will take our communities forward. This is a great act of worship. The scholar is there and he will correct me that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told Abu Dhar Ghafari, "Tafakkur sa'a khayrun min qiyamil layl." To spend 1 hour in discussing matters of knowledge is better than spending the entire night in the act of worship. In terms of the ibadat, we understand namaz and all that. Alhamdulillah, that is important, but I'm really glad that I'm spending this hour here in discussing community matters, knowledgeable matters, matters that will improve the destiny of this community, undoubtedly. I must take this opportunity also of commending the Khoja Shia Jamat of Mumbai and the people who have put this program together, the professionals, the young people, for taking a leap forward towards leap. Now, leap itself are 3 very heavy words that I've heard today: leadership, empowerment, and placement. Now, I don't know what comes first and what comes next. It could be that it is leadership that empowers placement, or if you use bottom up, it could mean placement leads to empowerment that could lead to leadership. Either way you look at it, it will undoubtedly benefit this community and humanity at large, I would say. I want to draw your attention to 1 or 2 things. I did hear all the presentations. Alhamdulillah, I have the opportunity to listen to many of our friends, young people, from Ali Raza to Ahil to Sadiq to Raza Bhai Kabuli to Husnain and many others that I probably don't know all of you. And Alhamdulillah, there's been a very good discussion. We need to understand and appreciate that every community has a talent. And the best act we can do, particularly in this last night of Ramadan potentially, is to optimize the talent and opportunity Allah has given us. Some communities He has given them science, some communities He has given them technology, some communities He has given them other good habits. Our community has been blessed with entrepreneurship and business acumen. The Quran makes it clear in the month of Ramadan, the objective is لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, to achieve piety, to be God cognizant. O you who believe, O mankind, Ya Nas inna khalaqnakum min dhakari wa unsa, we have created you from a male and a female, divided you into different tribes, castes, colors, لِتَعَارَفُوا, so that you may recognize each other, you may know each other, you may appreciate the talent of each other. But who is best in the eyes of God? Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. The best in the eyes of God is the one who achieves God cognizance. We as a community, I genuinely believe, are a business community by nature, by birth. Allah has given this community that talent. And number 2, and I find this gift that Allah has given us, and wherever I go in the world, everybody talks about it, including our Marja Sistani. Whenever we go and see, we raise the same issue, that Allah has blessed your community with the organizational capabilities not many people have. The fact that there is a Jamaat who is facilitating so many people to sit in a room to discuss community matters, leading to leap, itself is a leap. That opportunity, not many communities are organized to deliver. So that is one network that we have globally, locally, regionally, and globally that would help leap move to the next direction. This network, and I was listening to the discussion about what are we achieving tonight, what are the short-term, long-term, medium-term plans. This is Khoja community at its best because we always want to move forward. The reality is that as a community, this network that we have, when we talk about connectivity, that itself I have achieved tonight. That I believe when I presented how he will connect the community through a platform gives the opportunity of people in one corner of India to another corner of India to start with, to know each other, what businesses you know, what SMEs do you have, and how do I contribute and fit in. Rasa profoundly mentioned in his brief introduction that I already offer placement. That to me is a good takeaway. If I am sitting in your room and I have my business, I would say the one thing that I have learned is that I will offer placement. Go ahead and connect, and if I have the ability in my business to place somebody and move forward, alhamdulillah, that is a good start, and I'm sure there will be many paths that you will move forward to. Jamat platform, extremely important. Number two, I would say is, and this is a very interesting example. I heard about you mentioning the Bori community. I heard about you mentioning Smiley community, and why not the Khoja community, Shia, Isna community? Undoubtedly, you are absolutely right. I distinctly remember I was a young person. I was born in Mombasa, and I remember that the Malaji from the Bori community, Burhanuddin, the previous one, came to Mombasa. And our community members came to know about him, and to keep good relationships, the delegation went to visit him. And he said, around 2000 in Mombasa. He said, what is the bulk of your community doing? What are they in business? They said 70% are in employment, 30% are in business. And then I remember he mentioned that Imam Sadiq alayhi salam ni hadith she કે ઈ કોમ ફાયદોમંદ છે, આગળ વધે છે, જે પોતાનું બિઝનેસ ચલાવે, પોતાનું દુનિયાની નોકરીથી પોતાને દૂર રાખીને પોતાનું બિઝનેસ શરૂ કરે. And it was an interesting discussion our elders had with him in terms of being employed or self-employed and getting towards a business is the ultimate vision of everybody. We all go through a process towards that. And that is what you are aspiring to do, which is profound, and it is part of the Ainihi, part of faith. Razabai Kabuli gave his example of an architect. People didn't know about an architect, and he is right, and today we see where he is. I had the same experience, which I want to humbly share with you. I was learning Gujarati. There were very few people who wanted to learn Gujarati in East Africa. I was one of those holy miserable students. But anyway, alhamdulillah, I'm blessed that I did study. And my Gujarati teacher, Mullah Karmali, was, he used to teach Quran in Gujarati. I went to him and he told me, I told every student that comes to me, become an actuary. So I didn't know, I never heard of an actuary, let aside an architect. So I came home and I said I want to become an actuary. They all laughed at me and they said, we never heard about actuary. Ya doctor tha, ya tu accountant ban. That attitude that we had during those days. And then it was just in my journey in life as I moved forward and I was doing my A-levels, somebody came and told me, do you know about an actuary? I said, no. He said, I know of an actuary within the committee. Why don't you go and meet him? And that's how it opened the avenue. Today, alhamdulillah ta'ala, I was blessed with the opportunity of not only become an actuary, but today I have a practice where I employ more than 70 people across the GCC. And I would not have been able to do this work in the World Federation hadn't it not been for the entrepreneurship of the community and the support that the community gave me personally. And if that is the case, then I should be employing people from my community of skills so that they can move forward. I'm only sharing this personal anecdote to motivate people to move forward and support each other, because sky is the limit. Coming to the points that I have heard, and I really want to commend the team and encourage them to continue. The first thing that I heard, which I feel is a takeaway for me, is connectivity. A platform is being created, entrepreneurs will be connected to aspiring candidates, and this is how we will try and create a network to be able to empower and hire people. And what are the next steps? Either do I know, and I'm hoping that the team, after 12 days of great work, will continue on that vision in terms of the leadership and talent. But ultimately, it is the placement. I would like to say here that India is the hub of a lot of activity. It is considered as the strongest emerging economy in the world besides China. And India has a huge opportunity of entrepreneurship. And I feel from a Khoja community spectrum, this event that you are doing is going to benefit globally everybody if it goes well, inshallah ta'ala, with great success. And I'll tell you why. Europe is suffering. Europe's economy is down. I go to UK every other month. The situation is not great. People are looking for opportunities to leave. There are so many people coming to the Middle East now because of the economies of the West. United States is the largest economy, but you are seeing already what's happening with the tariff war, with the other issues. People are looking for opportunities. India is a growing economy. India is entrepreneurial. We are from India by birth, and that opportunity, if this program, inshallah, becomes a success, I hope and pray that Mumbai can be an embodiment where we can try and mimic this in other parts of the world, inshallah, if Allah gives us the success. I would like to end by a few points that I would like to humbly provide the young people and the community. If feasible, it may or may not be feasible, but I'll try my best. One is that I heard one reference of artificial intelligence, AI. I would strongly suggest that be brought forward or escalated because it is changing the world. Even from the Islamic perspective, in the June Expo, which will be taking place in Toronto, we are going to present a solid hour on the work that we are doing on AI with respect to responding to Islamic questions, let alone the operational efficiency. Even the World Federation right now and its secretary is already using AI in enhancing the efficiencies of its deliverables. That's an area, it's a developing area, it's an emerging area. There's a lot of talent, and if there's an opportunity somehow to connect people in this futuristic goal, that will be fantastic. I cannot promise anything, Ali Bhai, here, but it's a starting point. If this goes well, it moves forward. The idea is that once you have a platform, then we can connect to the global world. So it's not only restricting to India. Hopefully, if you are successful in bringing people up in India, we can open the avenues for potential opportunities globally as well at some point in time. We have at least 4 Khojas, Shia Itnashis today, who are leading the AI space in the West and are actually advising the governments and also investing for that matter. One of the leading Shia community members is investing in AI big time in the United States, as you may have read in the press. So that's one area that you can certainly look into. But I would like to end with a message that every movement has an objective. What is our ultimate objective? Ultimate objective, probably you would say, is to make people smarter. They have their own businesses. They have a better life. What next? Our aspiration is to remove poverty in our community. I commend Ali Bhai and his team that as far as economic upliftment is concerned, there are 3 pillars. Education, everybody is being educated, alhamdulillah. This is an extension of education, the way I see it, by giving opportunities. Number 2 is housing, which is already happening, inshallah, and hopefully that will continue. And 3 is microfinance loans, where you give small loans to people to continue. Here I would like to suggest that as you develop this interaction and networking with different people and you get placements, think of incubators. In Karachi recently, I was there and they brought in an incubator scheme where they asked World Federation for a support of some amount of money, and they started giving wild ideas at times in terms of business entrepreneurship, and then it gives a young person opportunity to start a business and that flourishes to great success. Sometimes there is a risk involved, and we need to manage and measure that risk. But these things will come as you move towards maturity of what you are doing. But ultimately, this is my humble suggestion. We don't want to see any poor person in the Khoja Shia Isna committee. I believe ulama are there. Zakat is wajib. Zakat al-Fitr is coming, inshallah, tomorrow night. Homes is wajib. Sadaqah is important. All these charities will continue till the arrival of the Imam. No doubt, Imam will then bring justice and poverty will be removed. There is no way we can remove poverty globally or within the Muslim community or within the Shia community. It is not in my lifetime that I can see with the challenges we have. But I have every confidence we can remove poverty in our lifetime within the Khoja Shia Isna. We are only 145,000 worldwide, 43, whatever you saw. In Mumbai, we are only around 40. In Mumbai, we are around 20K. Throughout India, no more than 40, 45K. Why should we have 3,000 families living below $200-300? I can't comprehend that. Why should our ration be increasing and not decreasing on a monthly basis? Why should our handouts be increasing and not decreasing, despite the fact that we have billionaires in the community? We have a net asset worth in billions. So this program that you are doing, inshallah, will be an avenue towards economic upliftment. The education you are giving, alhamdulillah, to your kids and the Zainabiyya Chaisna is an avenue towards economic upliftment. The Palghar project and other housing projects throughout India is a way and means to give shelter to people moving towards economic upliftment. Microfinance laws, the Unnati scheme is a movement towards economic upliftment. I am hoping and praying, inshallah, with the barakah of the last night of Ramadan potentially, that this scheme will also be an excellent avenue, because today's potential entrepreneurs will be tomorrow's philanthropists. I want to end with a very interesting anecdote that last night I had the opportunity of meeting one of the leading billionaires of the community, highly successful individual, and he also does philanthropy. And I sat with him for 1 hour and he told me that I have won everything. Whatever I did in life, I have. What more is left for my kids, wife, children, family, everything done. I have nothing more. So I have decided to wind up my business and enter into charity for, not charity philanthropy, So we discussed what is the difference between charity and philanthropy. Charity is you give somebody, it is finished. Salah, sadaqah, you give it, it's done. Zakat al-fitr will be given, it's done, it's wajib. People get immediate relief, that's it. It's wajib. Because people are dying of hunger. But philanthropy is when you take an economic upliftment project where you teach the person how to fish. And you don't only give the fish. That is philanthropy. So this entrepreneurship leading to leadership and empowerment, hopefully, and praying that will help us how to catch the fish. It will take our young people to the next level of maturity. And on this night of Ramadan, potentially the last night, I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may He grant the tawfiq of great success of this vision. The day of Eid is coming, and the day of Eid is a day of great reflection. And it is a day when we want to get reward from God. We have worked hard for 30 days, 29 days, all of us, and we go on the plains of the prayers of Eid. And Amir Mu'minin, one of the riwayah, also talks about how you go for your reward from Allah. So we will all go for that reward from Allah, inshallah, to be better people, to be more philanthropic, to be more supportive to community, to be better people, to be helpful to community and society. And I will also be praying, inshallah, that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq that there should not remain one poor person in our community who should be suffering or is lacking employment or in any way is deprived of economic comfort and support, inshallah ta'ala. I pray for the success of this project. I pray for the success of our community in Mumbai. I pray for the success of our community throughout India, and we all pray for the success of our community across globally. And I enjoyed the word of Ali Bhai when he said, not only are we going to do it for Khojas, we'll also do it for the wider Shia community. That is the ultimate aspiration, that if we uplift our community, then all we have to spend time is to enrich the wider community, inshallah, the wider Shia community, for which we are obliged to, for we follow this path of the Ahlul Bayt, and may Allah give us all blessings in this month of Ramadan. It was a pleasure being with you, Ali Bhai, and the team. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Pramukh Sahib, for this enlightening talk. When we began this program, or I had a few calls also where few people told me, I will not be able to sit for too long. Maybe I'll stay for an hour or half an hour and then leave. But what we did is, we jam-packed the room. Nobody can go out of here. So either this was interesting or we didn't leave any space for them to go. So I leave it to you all to decide, inshallah. And with this, we welcome our honorable MLA, Amin Bhai, to enlighten this gathering with his thoughts. Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, this is one of the best evening of Ramadan which I am spending here after listening to you all. In fact, I think Ali was trying to point out me when Ali Bhai called me and said, Amin Bhai, you have to come for this function, Sairi, and this leaf function, leadership and power placement. I said, Ali Bhai, now few nights are left. थोड़ा अल्लाह को याद करने दो 29वीं बड़ी रात है. Amin Bhai, you have to come. Okay, I'll come, but I'll leave very soon. But after listening to all of you, I thought I should spend more time over here. This is also, as what Sheikh Safdar Saab said, the President, this is also ibadat. To upliftment is the key thing right now, what we can do. And Ali Bhai, really I have not seen the entire program, but what I heard from Yasin Bhai, Shabir Bhai, Mohsin Bhai, and definitely the Reza Bhai and Hilal Bhai must have also spoken on this. This is the need of the hour. And all my ikrams are here. I think this is the people who can be here in the community. What I see and what I hear. Your team has done an excellent job. The presentation, as all said, I have not looked, but it is a very good presentation. I understand that. Now, the Jamaat is doing his job. Ali Bhai definitely is leading from the front. The young faces, young minds, young people are here. And you rightly said, Ali Bhai, we are a forward moving community, and the girls of this community also should take part. And they should also come forward. Because if one girl is rightly placed, then one generation is rightly placed, not one family. One generation is rightly placed. And if generation is placed rightly, then future has, the sky is the limit. And this is a need of the hour. You cannot tell girl will be educated and sit at home and looking at the family. This is not the day right now. Basically, to make not the family, but to make the community strong. This is the need of the hour. And I am 100% sure that this night, today night, will be remembered in the Khoja Shia Isna Jamat for the lifetime. The people who are here are just amazing. And the work which you are planning to do is fantastic. And inshallah, in coming days, you will get a success in a very short time. What you are imagining now, what you are visualizing, and what you are expecting. I tell you, Yasin bhai, today you have laid a stone which is going to build a very huge monument. Because first thing is one step toward the journey, and you will do it at the right place. And you have all things placed in 12 days, such a wonderful thing. Ali bhai, real credit goes to you and your team for such a wonderful job once again. But I'm 100% sure after listening to a lot of people over here, especially the President Haji Shaddar Saab, that community has taken this issue, keeping in one thing in mind. Yes, this is the Khoja Shia Jamat Mumbai, but we'll go to the wider community. And if you are planning that, inshallah, the success will touch your feet and you will fly leaps and bounds. This is my good wishes. And really, not my wishes, but I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you get big success in this program and you, or whatever you have spoken or whatever you have made up your mind, inshallah, Allah will give you a success. One thing is which last and one thing is very important. I would like to share one budget in my here. One thing, it's very important that people should know that we have to work for the community and for the cause. It was something 1943-44 when all the leaders, it was decided that India will get the independence, and all the big leaders were in the jail. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Sardar Patel, all were. So Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, late night was working something. So constable used to, you have seen the picture that one constable, jail ke andar aisa chakkar marta hai. So he said, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, he was doing something, writing something. So Maulana, it's late night, you can go to sleep now. So he didn't see anything. It was a blank thing for him. That constable went away. After half an hour, 1 hour, he again came back and he said, Maulana, कि मौलाना साहब बहुत रात हो गई, आप सो जाइए, अभी बहुत ज़्यादा रात हो गया. तो then Maulana just look at him, acknowledge कि I have heard, okay, I am going to sleep after some time. Again he came and see कि Maulana was still working. So then he said कि मौलाना अब बहुत जल्दी सुबह होने वाली है. पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू को सो गए, उठने की तैयारी है, सरदार पटेल सो गए तो उठने की तैयारी है, आप भी सो जाओ. तो देन ही केप्ट हिज पेन डाउन एंड सेड कि वो इसलिए सो रहे हैं कि उनकी कौम जाग रही है, मैं इसलिए जाग रहा हूं कि मेरी कौम सो रही है. तो वी हैव टू जस्ट शेक अवर पीपल कि इफ गॉड हैज गिवन, अल्लाह हैज गिवन अस समथिंग दैट इज नॉट फॉर अस बट दैट इज फॉर हिज उम्मत, for his people. If you have something, share with everybody, you will be benefited a lot. That is Ramzan and we have to look at that. Thank you very much.
Amin bhai, after listening to you, I am getting goosebumps. Thank you very much, and this only motivates us. This only motivates us, mashallah. Quickly, Sehri is ready. Some delicacies are waiting for you all, but we have the pleasure of having amongst us two ulama karam, and without their insights, without their valuable thoughts, this evening cannot be closed, or it will not add, they will add value to this. So I will just request both the ulamas, with blessings, inshallah. So I will request both the Maulanas. I think Zaki Sahab or Zulfikar Mehdi Sahab, दोनों में से senior कौन है, बड़ा कौन है? I think Zulfikar Sahab.
नहीं कोई मसला नहीं, आप اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم الحمدللہ الذی کفا وسلام علی عبادہ الذین اصطفی محمد وآلہ الطاہرین لا سیم الامام المبین بقیت اللہ فی الارضین الحجت الثانی عشر الامام المہدی المنتظر صلوات اللہ وسلام علیہ. مجھے ایک حدیث سنانا ہے اور وہ پیغمبر اکرم صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم کی حدیث ہے. پیغمبر اکرم فرماتے ہیں کہ مسجد خیف آپ جانتے ہیں جو مینا کے پاس مسجد ہے، اسی کو مسجد خیف کہتے ہیں. مسجد خیف میں پیغمبر نے کھڑے ہو کر اپنی قوم کے لیے 3 باتیں کہی. پہلی بات پیغمبر نے فرمایا کہ دنیا میں کوئی انسان اس وقت تک کامیاب نہیں ہو سکتا جب تک اس کے اندر ایک جذبہ یہ پیدا نہ ہو کہ وہ صرف اللہ کے لیے کام کرے. فرسٹ تھنگ اللہ کے لیے کام. دوسری چیز پیغمبر نے فرمایا کوئی بھی انسان نہیں ہو سکتا جب تک وہ اپنے لیڈر کے لیے پیور محبت نہ کرے، خالص محبت نہ رکھے. اور تیسری چیز جو پیغمبر نے فرمایا کہ کوئی انسان ایک گھنٹے کے لیے بھی خالی نہیں رہ سکتا. اگر خالی رہے گا تو کمال تک نہیں پہنچے گا، وہ اپنے معاشرے اور سوسائٹی سے کنیکٹیویٹی کے بغیر کامیاب نہیں بنے. تو آپ دیکھیں الحمدللہ ہم اس ماہ مبارک کی آخری رات میں انشاءاللہ آخری ہوگی، اور نہیں تو اللہ ہمیں ایک موقع دے گا کہ ہم اور اللہ کی عبادت کر سکے. اس میں ہم خوش ہیں. تو اللہ سے دعا ہے کہ ہمارے اس اجتماع کو اس ماہ مبارک اور اپنے ولی کے صدقے میں کامیابی و کامرانی عطا کرے. اور پیغمبر کی اس حدیث پر جو واقعاً اگر آپ اس 3 سنٹنس کے اوپر پیغمبر کی غور کر لیں تو آپ یقین جانیں کہ اس 3 سنٹنس میں پیغمبر نے دریا سموٹ دیا. کامیابی کے راز 3 سنٹنس میں بتا دیں. ایک، اللہ کے لیے کام کرو. دوسرے، اپنے لیڈر اور اپنے امام کے لیے پیور محبت رکھو، اس پہ شک نہ کرو، ڈاؤٹ نہ کرو. آج ایک پریشانی ہماری قوم کی یہ بھی ہے کہ کوئی ایک کام کرنا چاہتے ہیں تو نہ اپنے امام کے لیے پیور محبت ہے نہ اپنے لیڈر کے لیے. اور تیسری چیز جو ہے، اللہ رسول کہتا ہے اپنے سوسائٹی سے جڑے رہنا. جڑے رہنے میں کامیابی ہے، چھوڑ دینے میں ناکامیابی. تو انشاءاللہ ہم پیغمبر کی اس نصیحت پر عمل کریں گے. میں بہت زیادہ اور بات نہیں کرنا چاہتا ہوں، اتنی دیر سے ہم سن ہی رہے ہیں. ہماری قوم میں سننے کی عادت کم ہو گئی ہے، بولنے کی عادت کچھ زیادہ ہو گئی. تو میں اتنی پہ اکتفا کرتا ہوں اس دعا کے ساتھ کہ اللہ ہماری اس اجتماع کو اپنی کامیابی اور کامرانی سے نوازے. امام زمان علیہ السلام کے صدقے میں.
سب سے پہلے تو میں آپ سبھی کو مبارکباد دوں گا. یہ بہت بڑا کام شروع کیا ہے آپ سبھی نے، اور یہ بہت بڑی کامیابی ہے کہ ہم سب یہاں پہ جمع ہیں. شب قدر میں علی بھائی کے ساتھ تھا اور علی بھائی نے اس پروگرام کا مجھ سے ذکر کیا اور مجھ سے کہا کہ آپ کو آنا ہے. میں سوچ رہا تھا کہ اس پروگرام میں میرے جانے کا کیا فائدہ ہوگا، لیکن اب احساس ہو رہا ہے 2 وجہوں سے کہ مجھ کو یہاں آ کر بھی بہت کچھ ملا ہے. میں ایک حدیث جو میں نے پڑھی، جو میں آپ کو سنانا چاہتا ہوں، واقعاً اس حدیث کو پڑھنے کے بعد مجھے پتا چلا کہ کیوں اتنا بڑا پروگرام ہمارے علی بھائی نے رکھا ہے. میں واقعاً یہ توفیق پروردگار ہے کہ جس کی بنا پہ یہاں ہم سب جمع ہوئے ہیں. میں عرض کروں آپ کی خدمت میں وہ حدیث کہ جسے پڑھنے کے بعد مجھے احساس ہوا کہ حقیقتاً پروردگار کتنا اپنے بندوں کے لیے مہربان ہے. صرف ایک حدیث ہمارے چھٹے امام جعفر صادق علیہ السلام نے، مولا نے فرمایا کہ ان اللہ عز وجل انتخب قوما من خلقہ لقضاء حوائج فقراء من شیعت علی لیثیبہم بذالک الجنہ. پروردگار نے ایک قوم کا انتخاب کیا ہے جو امیر المؤمنین کے چاہنے والوں کی ضرورتوں کو پورا کرے تاکہ اس قوم کو اللہ جنت لے کر جائے. शायद अल्लाह ने आपका इंतखाब किया है ताकि ये काम आपके ज़रिए हो सके और आपको अल्लाह ये रिवार्ड दे। मैं इसके साथ बस एक आयत पढ़ दूँ आपकी खिदमत में। कुरान मजीद ने तारीफ़ की है उन लोगों की जो अल्लाह की राह में काम करते हैं, मिसाल दी है उस दाने की जो ज़मीन में बोया जाए। ये सूरह मुबारक बकरा की आयत नंबर 261 है। हम इल्तिमास करेंगे हम सभी इसको देखें। कुरान मजीद ने मिसाल दी है उस दाने की जो ज़मीन में बोया जाए और उस एक दाने से 100 दाने बने। आप अगर अपने जैसे 100 बना सकते हैं तो इस आयत के मिज़दाक बन जाएंगे आप। हम में से कोई एक भी अगर हम अपने जैसा बना सके, हर अपने मैदान के हम सभी यहाँ पे जमा हैं, जो भी अपने मैदान का अपने जैसा 100 बना सके। हत्ता आज जो सबसे बड़ी ज़रूरत है जिस पे हम लोग थोड़ा सा तवज्जो नहीं दे रहे हैं, आज हमारी एक बहुत बड़ी ज़रूरत सियासी मैदान में काम करने की है। हमारे एमएलए साहब अगर अपने जैसे 100 बना सकें, इस आयत के मिज़दाक बन जाएंगे। हम सब की जिम्मेदारी है इस वक्त, मैं अपने मैदान में, आप अपने मैदान में, जो जिस मैदान में। ये दो बात। तीसरी और आखिरी बात, इस मैदान में हम सभी को आगे बढ़ना है, लेकिन जहां कहीं भी शरीयत का मसला आ जाए उसमें अपना व्यू देने के बजाय हम मशवरा कर लें किसी आलिम दीन से। इसलिए कि हम सभी जानते हैं, आप सभी फ़ोन करते हैं, गुफ्तगू होती है, मैसेजेस आते हैं, कहीं किसी मौके पर ऐसा ना हो कि हम माहौल या हालात की बिना पर इस्लाम या शरीयत से आगे बढ़ जाएं। लिहाजा बहुत अहम है कि इस मौके पर हम मशवरे के ज़रिए से, जिस तरह से हर मैदान में मशवरा होता है, उसी तरह से दीन के मसाइल में भी हम मशवरा करें। उसके लिए हम सब हाजिर हैं, हमारे मौलाना मौजूद हैं, बकिया सारे उलमा हैं। इस मैदान में भी हम सब अगर वाकई तौर के ऊपर कामयाब होंगे तो यकीनन परवरदिगार आलम की तरफ से हम सभी के लिए जन्नत करार दी गई है। इस माह मुबारक रमज़ान के आखिरी इन दिनों में, आखिरी लम्हात में, साआत में, परवरदिगार आलम की बारगाह में दुआ है, जिन बिरादरान ने, बुजुर्गान ने ये मेहनत करके यहाँ पर इस प्रोग्राम को ऑर्गेनाइज किया, खुदा उन्हें भी मजीद तौफीक दे और हम सभी को इंशाअल्लाह आइंदा मिलकर इसी तरह से काम करने का जज्बा और हौसला खुदा अता फरमाए इंशाअल्लाह। परवरदिगार आलम की बारगाह में दुआ है कि हमारे इमाम के ज़हूर में ताजील फरमाए और हम सभी को दीन के खिदमत गुजारों और शरीयत के पाबंद रहने वालों में करार दे इंशाअल्लाह। वसल्लल्लाहु अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व आलिहि तय्यबीन ताहिरीन।
To every member present in this room, heartfelt gratitude to have removed this time today on a Saturday night and have attended this. Thank you very much. Sorry for any inconvenience that is caused because of the small arrangement that we had, but really in good numbers that you all have attended. This really gives us a lot of inspiration to move forward in this journey. But thank you very much. And now let us all go together and enjoy a sahri together, inshallah. Thank you very much. Bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Salawat.